Hello, old school gamer 1971 here. Greetings one and all, especially to you, Millie and Lloyd. Today my third hour thoughts is on Earth Atlantis. I've been playing this game for around 3 hours, and this is what I think. So Earth Atlantis by Pixel Perfect Studio. It's a shooter and came out for the PlayStation 4 in 2018. Having made several games for Android, it was about time that Pixel Perfect Studio made something for consoles. This game first of all came to the Switch in 2017 and to PlayStation and Xbox One in 2018. You control the submarine as you explore this post-apocalyptic subaquatic Earth in this side-scrolling shooter with a retro flavour. So is this Earth Atlantis Defender Subaquatic, or is it Earthianus Defenseless Sub-Enchilada? This looks pretty damn good, to be honest, sort of a subaquatic Defender-esque game, so to speak. I do find it so stylistic in its own way. Whilst not totally possible at the time, it has an 80s or 90s flavour to the whole proceedings, old school so to speak. It's hard to think how far graphics have come since then. Back then this would have been the best looking game on the market. Now it's a pretty good looking indie title. This is simplistic to look at, yet still there was a style to itself. The bosses look good and are well designed. It's good to see developers show some love for the old arcade games. Again, the sound is in the retro style, as in 80s 90s synthesizer music. You can tell that it's made on a later synth however, but in the old school style. The noise of the projectiles, bleeps and bloops is pretty good also, but unlike many arcade games of yesteryear, it didn't overshadow the music. Even games nowadays do this, with explosions and gunfire well being above the music unless you change it in the settings. This is a good thing, as the soundtrack to this game is rather good. Yes, I do like Jar, Glass, Oldfield, Vangelis and Hammer. This is classic arcade, maybe not at its best, but certainly close. Each sub has a firing spread pattern unique to itself. Also, missiles and bomb options. Me like me some homing missiles. Boom! They complement each other rather well. The enemies are a mix of cannon fodder, badasses and bosses of sea life. They look cool and certainly not the norm. It is very Defender-esque with its combat. Turn button and shoot. It feels so good to play a game like this. I love Defender and this sure as hell felt like it. The combat, whilst not fast and furious, is consistent. It builds up quite nicely. Bosses hit hard, as they should. Some of their projectiles take your firepower down levels. All this keeps the atmosphere going. As such, it does a fine job of keeping your interest going. So, was it interesting after 3 hours? Yes! It's an end of day game. Whilst I didn't get too far, I did take out 5 bosses. And I do have a rule for these games, no continuing allowed. I do like me some good side-scrolling arcade action. It can be all over in around 10 minutes or longer with skill, which currently I don't possess at this game. Recently I have found a few of these gems, Cryptarch, Sparkle 2 and now this. It is good to see that whilst arcades may have died out, the arcade game is thriving. Now can somebody please make a virtual arcade for VR? You know, that you can walk around, but what you do is you play arcade cabinets with the games you're playing. So, Earth Atlantis Defender Subaquatic it is. So that about wraps it up. Hope you all have a really good day. If this has been helpful in any way, like, comment, share and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and makes an old man very happy. I post new videos every week. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Old School Gamer 1971 signing off.